everyone, and welcome to another episode of my live stream show that happens very randomly without any set time. Okay, anyway, so today I have a very special guest with me. This is my amazing friend, Dave, or as he is now known by his author name, Uncle Dave, because he just published his first book. So I'm so proud, Dave. This is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. It's it's taken a long time to get here, but finally got here and it's out or almost out. It's on pre-order, but it's I finally finished it. Yeah, it's been a pretty big blessing.
It's been so cool to just see the journey, and I know you were like working on the story and then you were working on the animations, and I feel like I was there through the process of like reading the drafts and just kind of from that when that seed first started. You were like, I want to write a book, and I was like, yeah, why not? So I thought that was a really cool thing to pursue, just because books are important, and I think it's great that you chose to do a children's book. So what is this book? What's the title of this book? What are we looking at?
So the book is called My Best Self. The title of the cover of the book doesn't really give any spoilers about what the reader going to read, but once you open the book, you're introduced to five different characters, boys, girls, different colors, and they're all essentially kind of wanting to figure out how to help people, but not really sure which direction and how they should start. Um, and they go along this journey and to figure out how they can become their best selves. And towards the end, they kind of figure out where to begin. So I think that's probably all I can say without spoiling um, the book.
I remember the characters being really diverse too, so some diversity in there, some growth mindset kind of stuff. I'm really loving that. So I already got a copy. You got to pre-order this, because I
Right.
mean, it's I I don't know. I just feel like I find unique gifts to be more exciting. Like I'm the auntie that buys educational gifts for my nieces. I'm sure they love me for that. Yeah, totally. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the best gift for the girls this year. So I'm guessing it's gonna ship out around December 3rd, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it ships out around December 3rd. It's for like grade levels 3 to 4, which is perfect for my second niece. So maybe that would be for her. Hi. Hello, Elwood. So yeah, that is
Right.
really awesome. And how did this all happen? So did you find a publisher? Did you publish it yourself? How do you work that?
Like from the very, very beginning or after I was done writing the book?
Wait, you know what? Let's start from the beginning. Okay. So your process.
Okay.
Did you start writing the book, illustrating first? Like what was the entire journey? Can you give us like the cliff notes, or maybe even the whole journey? I don't know. Whatever you remember.
Well, I do remember writing it at night. I wrote maybe the first couple of parts, and then the first maybe I guess quarter of the book or first half of the book, and then I just kept going at it, and then it was finished, and then I just kind of left it in my computer, um, and I got the best advice from a coworker of mine who's an artist. Um, we were just talking for a while, and I told her about my book and what the idea, and then she told me to print it out. And at first, I thought like, well, that's dumb because it's not done yet. There's no illustrations. There's no nothing. It's just a manuscript. She's like, well, just print it out. I said, well, all right, fine. So I kind of spaced out all of the paragraphs and whatever how I wanted the book to actually look, and then I printed it out. And for some reason, as soon as I printed it out and kind of stapled it together and was holding it in my hand, for the first time, it felt like this was real. Like I was literally holding my book in my hand. Keep in mind, it was just words and just white paper and black ink, but it felt real. Like I could kind of imagine what would be on each page, and all of a sudden after that, I was just like, I think I can do this, or I want to do this, or maybe a little bit of both. I talked to one of my best friends who's also on the cover of the book. He helped me with the line work for the backgrounds for my illustrations. And he really kind of helped me out. He actually started doing all the illustrations, and then they didn't look kind of the way I wanted to look. So I thought, okay, I can draw a little bit, so I'll do it myself. So started drawing, and after that, um, I had to learn how to draw on computers because I've never used graphic design programs like ever. So I had to learn how to use Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign, and it was very frustrating. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to throw my computer, um, but it was back and forth for a long time, learning how to use the program and then trying things out and watching tons of YouTube videos, tutorials, um, and then getting some feedback from friends and neighbors and some of the schools I used to work at, because I've taught in schools, so that was the perfect place to share my book. Um, and yeah, so after a lot of back and forth and learning all these different programs, I found a company. I went to Amazon, and then I'm not sure how it happened, but I ended up finding a company called Book Baby, and I was able to work with them and figure out the whole publication process. And that was frustrating because a lot of times I would give them something and then they would get kickback because it wasn't formatted right. And that happened a lot, especially towards the last part where I had kind of one foot over the finish line, and I just needed to get the manuscript in, and I got kicked back maybe 4 or 5 times, and then finally it got accepted. And then it was off to the races. A couple of days later, it was online for ebook distribution, and then I got a box in the mail with a handful of pre or handful of advanced copies of the book, and it's now on pre-order, and it'll be available, I guess, in about a little less than a month now for the holiday season, which is pretty cool, I think.
Wow, I see it in your hand. Show us, show us.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the book. Uh,
So it's set in a
so yeah,
classroom, I'm
took
assuming.
almost.
Chalkboard.
It starts there. It does start there, um, but we don't finish there. You meet 5 different characters. The characters are kind of loosely based on people that I know, and just kind of not they're loosely based on like people that I know. When I would draw them, I had certain people in mind. Um, so every character looks different, but they're all essentially on the kind of the same journey and trying to figure out how they can become themselves. You know.
Wow. Okay. Can you do a flip book version for a sneak peek?
A flip book, a flip book version.
Yeah, let's do it. Or show us your favorite
Sure.
page. Just one page. Just one page.
So one page. Okay. Mm, let's see. I don't know if you guys can see.
How cute.
How about this one? So this character that you'll meet. And then there are 4 other ones that you will you'll get to see each one trying to figure out what they want to do and how they want to go about doing it. So it's yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for people to read it and share it. And I actually got some really good advice from a fifth grader, no, more or less. I was working at a school, YLI Elementary, and I gave the book to two of the teachers, and they were nice enough to read the book. And one of the teachers actually took it to other classrooms and had the kids read the book. Um, and they all gave me feedback, which was actually really cool because they all were, most of them were overwhelmingly positive, and then other kids were kind of just like a little confused, nothing negative. They're all really great kids. And one little girl just happened to write, like, I would love to see what happens to these kids next. And so after she said that, I thought about it and I thought, well, you know what? I kind of want to see where they go too. So I just finished working on the second and third manuscripts for the follow up books to this one. And now I'm just working on editing and outlining the illustrations before I start drawing again. And I'm just going to keep going and maybe turn it into like a box set, which would be pretty cool, I think, one day. So, but just one book at a time. So, yeah, I'm excited.
That's awesome. I love it. I cannot wait. So, I'm so excited for you, Dave. This is going to be a really cool project. Just so cool to see, like, hear about it, and then read through the drafts and see it literally in your hand right now. So that is pretty darn cool. Dreams do inspire greatness.
Yes. I the the acronym actually for Dream became, it started with me and my best friend when we were growing up. We used to walk, um, take a shortcut to the movies, and we were, I think, seniors or something, and dreamed about where we would go. He wanted to move to California, and I wanted to move here to Hawaii. Um, and we just kind of, were dream building. Even before I knew what the word dream building was, that's what we were doing. And that's kind of how we ended up coming up. We used this word, the word dig, as a word to keep ourselves accountable, and then it kind of transformed into an acronym. Um, but the cool thing is, my best friend Derek, he left. He actually did it. He moved to California, and he's still there. But the cool thing was, every time he'd come home, he would tell me, do it too. You can make it to Hawaii. And I couldn't give him an excuse. I could probably give everyone else an excuse, but it was because of him inspiring me. I thought, okay, well, if he can go to California, I can make it to Hawaii. And sure enough, I did, and I've been here for over 20 years, and still inspires me. He helped me with this book. Um, so yeah, that's kind of how the word Dreams Inspire Greatness, or the whole brand of Dreams Inspire Greatness, came about. Uh, it was because of my friend Derek's deciding to come up with a dream and then act on it. Inspired me to do the same, and I'm hoping that my book and future books can maybe do the same thing.
That's awesome. Hi, Pablo. Hi, Asha. So they're the ones that are in the live right now. I
Hi
think this is the
everyone.
first time Dave's ever gone live. Have you gone live before, Dave?
I tried to do a live on Facebook one time and I failed miserably. I climbed the top of Cocoa Head with a friend, and then I was out of breath, and I was like, I'll do a live. And I was out of breath, and I remember one of my friends happened to be on it and was like, you need to catch your breath before you do a live. So that was my one and only live. So yeah, this is pretty much like the first time I don't usually do the live thing, so this is brand new for me. I was super anxious, but excited because I get to spend some time with you. I haven't seen you in forever, uh, or at least yeah, a couple months now.
I know,
So
right? It's
it's great to
crazy.
see you.
Well, I mean, I probably
Yeah,
won't even see you until you're in another state. So
yeah, I am
That's
moving
gonna
to
be.
Texas, and it's gonna be pretty nuts. Less than a month now.
I
So,
know. Wait, what part of Texas? Texas is a big state.
um, Plano, Plano, Plano. I think I'm saying that right.
Oh my gosh, that's where
Texas. I guess it's in that.
that's I know exactly where that is.
Oh, great.
Yeah, my brother
Yeah.
owns a
So
pharmacy
that's.
there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I think it's like the
That's
only
awesome.
specialty pharmacy there.
Okay, that's
How
awesome.
cool. How random.
Yeah,
What are the
it's
chances?
it's super crazy. Actually, the I'm transferring to a different store. I still work for um, one of the restaurants, and the restaurant I'm going to, one of the managers actually used to work at my store. I used to work with him, so when I get there, I at least know one person. Um, so yeah, I thought it was
That's so
always the
helpful.
island was getting too small, but I guess the world is because I'm actually going to a place where I know someone, and I didn't realize that would happen. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I wonder if they're still wearing masks in Texas.
I I don't think so. I don't
I, I
know.
I don't think so
I'm
either.
kind of over it. I
It's
really
so
like wearing
crazy.
my mask.
I think a lot
Yeah.
of people are over it right
No,
now,
I
but
mean nowadays I only wear it when I absolutely have to. Otherwise, it's either down under my chin or I just wrap it around my wrist if I'm walking somewhere. So yeah, only when necessary. But yeah, I'm sure I speak for a lot of people when I'm kind of over wearing a mask.
well, it's extra hard for people who have breathing problems, like asthmatics and like people with allergies and stuff. It's already difficult breathing without a mask. So to throw on a mask is like even harder. But I'm curious to know what's going on there. I'm always curious to know
Yeah,
what
I
how
agree.
different states run their states because
I work in
it
a
can be
restaurant, so I'm
very
always running back and
yeah, it can be very interesting because we go from so many extremes, right? We go from like Hawaii, which is like the most extreme, and then we go to California, which is a close second, and then we go to Florida and Utah, which are like kind of polar opposites. So it's like, whoa, life is so different in other states.
I can't really hear you. Kind of
I think the
coming in
connection
and
is a
very
little.
slowly.
I think the connection is a little
Can you
weird
hear me?
too. I can hear you, but it's kind of like choppy.
Okay.
But that's okay. I think we can
Yeah.
kind of wrap up there. So
Oh, okay. Sorry.
no worries. So if anybody's here
Yeah,
to,
perfectly.
yeah, this amazing inspirational children's book is ready for pre-order. So get Uncle Dave's first book here. It's on Amazon. The link is in the title. And I'll catch up with you next time, Dave.
Thank you so much for having me. I really had a lot of fun. This was awesome. It was good to see you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. And welcome to HAPS. HAPS is a great community. So if you want to get to know everyone here, it's like a really cool community to get connected to.
Yeah, yeah, I got to learn a little bit more and I guess put myself out there. Uh,
Yeah, spend
yeah,
some time
I'm
on the app.
excited.
I think you'll find it entertaining. And you can meet new friends on here too. So it's really fun.
Oh yeah. Hey, if there's anyone in the Plano, Texas area, uh, hit me up because I
Oh, there
know
you
no
go.
one. So it'd be great
Awesome.
to meet some new people.
Yay.
Awesome.
All right. Bye,
All
everybody.
right.